XPEV. They're going to report fourth quarter and fiscal 2024 final results on March 18th. Well, they delivered 30,000 vehicles in February, Pete. That's up 570% year over year. Okay, so in other words, their deliveries last year were 600,000. Not so shabby. You know, there's an awful lot of companies that don't come anywhere near that. But there's one, Pete, that does more like millions of cars, like 400,000 per quarter. And that'd be Tesla.
Yeah.
So I know all these guys think they're the big competitor against Tesla. The one that I keep my eye on, Pete, is Boyd, BYD. BYD is the one that I think produces a real quality vehicle in line with the Teslas, and they're also up there cranking out massive amounts. But Lee and XPEV, they got a ways to go before they can compete with Tesla.
They've got a ways to go, and they make the jump that they've made, John. One of the problems that I was looking at was, what do these margins really look like for these guys? I mean, yeah, they're making the deliveries, but what do they do from a margin perspective? And I think that's a question that will get answered pretty soon, because they actually have their earnings on the 18th of March. So we will find some of these things out. And despite the fact that it sounded like a very positive, that they were able to deliver 30,000 vehicles, up 570%, like you just discussed a year ago, the stock's down 4%. Why is it down 4%? Well, because you're able to get those deliveries, there's a lot of different factors that we all want to look at to make sure that makes more sense. I mean, so it looks like they had some good numbers, but not enough good numbers. And I think the bad numbers outweighed it, and with the margins being the biggest one. And so because of that, I think this is one of those names, John, another one of those names over there in China. They're going to be competitive because they can, and they've got the backing of the government. But outside of that, they are nothing close to a Tesla. Absolutely not even in the same ballpark. You're right. So until they can get there, they're not there yet. I think Tesla's going to still stand out as the number one when it comes to EVs.
Yeah. I think BYD, Pete, the reason I like that one as a competitor to Tesla, it's still a Chinese vehicle. So good luck getting your parts and all that, folks. But they make some beautiful vehicles, Pete. They're SUVs. They got the guy that designed the Bentley SUV, I think. They got some of the folks that designed the McLaren, you know, the sports car, the supercar, if you will. So yeah, XPEV, they don't have those guys, but BYD does. And that's why for the longest time, Buffett was a believer too in BYD, by the way.